I was handed 4 handguns that a gentleman inherited from his dad. And these guns have been, I guess, hibernating in a safe for quite a while. And they've been hibernating dirty. Apparently his dad wasn't a real fan of maintenance. I don't know. But one of these guns is a Colt Mark IV Series 70 government model, 45 ACP. She's beautiful. She really is a beautiful gun. Basically, it's just a 1911. We're going to get her apart. We're going to clean it, give it an inspection. Check it out. Outside of the gun, I don't see any ridiculous wear. There's some scratches here, and I don't... What the hell is that? I don't know what that is. See if that wipes off. Just happen to have a small patch. 22 size. Yeah, well, anyway. Field stripping these, there's good God, I don't know how many different ways to field strip these. I'm going to do this the Navy way, the way I was taught in the service. The people will tell you that's not the way I do it. Yeah, well, all right. Bring the hammer back, put the safety on. Push down on the barrel bushing. Ooh, that doesn't want to spin. Oh boy. Oh. Maybe we're going to have to do this the Mark Novak way. Oh boy. The way he does it, I don't like doing it. But I cannot get that to spin. Which tells me it's all kinds of glocked up. Alright, here we go. Bring that back like that. Pull out the retaining pin. And that slide comes off. Man, I don't like doing that. Mainly because if you lose control of that spring goes that way, and you're looking for shit. Yeah, it's dirty. Oh boy. That's grungy. That's really grungy. Look at that. Yeah, yeah. Oh. What in the actual? All right, well. Can you guys see this? Son of a bitch. Hang on a second, I'm trying to find... Hang on. Let's Okay, folks, I did 6 years U.S. Navy. I've been working on guns since 1994. And I've never seen a 1911 that dirty. That's dirty. Quick, Robin, to the ultrasonic cleaner. Okay, we'll snap out of that. Yeah, this is getting a bath. Definitely getting a bath. Let's get the grips off. Because these are wooden grips and they don't need to be in the ultrasonic cleaner. Okay. Are those brass? They're not brass. Okay. Iron frame. Yeah, there we go. Get the flashlight. This is going to be a complete disassembly video. Yeah. Well, the good part is there's no rust that I can see. The bad part is this is terrible. How do you do that? Anyway, I'm going to get these started in the ultrasonic cleaner, and then we'll come back and pull this frame completely apart. Bet you never seen that on video. I figured before I started taking the frame apart, I'd take apart the slide. These are pretty easy to pull apart. At least they should be. It should be. I still got a mess from the AR, but I have it cleaned up. Anyway, we're going to pull the firing pin and the extractor out. To do that, there's this button right here. John Browning, what a guy. He designed this. John Moses Browning, our Lord and Savior. But anyway, you push that pin in, and you saw me angle that to get this retainer out. Put your finger over that. You don't need anything special. I'm going to use the bottom of a Q-tip. There goes the retainer. Right there. And here comes the firing pin. And the firing pin spring. Yeah, that's a lot of schmutz. Now for the extractor, take a small screwdriver. You don't have to only get a tweaker. Take a tweaker screwdriver. Get in here. Get under it. And just pry it out. Yeah. That's what I thought. That's dirty. And that's the slide 99% disassembled. Very few moving parts in this thing. I mean, the other 100% would be, or the other 1% would be to pull the rear side off, but no, don't need to do that. We're going to take this and these, ultrasonic cleaner. Hang on. Alright, well, I got the slide apart and all the various pieces, parts are in the ultrasonic cleaner with heat, and if you hear buzzing in the background, that's what you're hearing. But what we can do now is pull the frame apart, and we'll get those pieces out, get those in the ultrasonic cleaner, get them cleaned up. I don't think I'm going to be doing very much cleaning by hand on this. I'm just going to let the machine take care of it, because that's what it's for. And I don't know if you guys can see. I'm going to try to get this. You see all the dried oil on this thing? I don't know, man. It's bad. It's very bad. But anyway, we're gonna take this little punch here, and we're gonna give it a whack. And you should be able to, with the hammer all the way up, there's no tension on the hammer spring in here. This should not fight you to come out. We're going to give that a push, and she's out. The back strap should come out. Ta-da. We could take that apart, but I'm not going to. When we come back here, we bring the hammer all the way back, and the safety should come out. There's that. Grip safety should come out, falls out. Then we push the hammer pin out. I do not like using that punch. Not on this nice of finish. But that should come out. It moved for me, so that's promising. Yeah, there we go. That pin's out. There's the hammer and the hammer strut. And then we're going to pull this pin. And yeah, that little kink in the spring is there on purpose. Remember, when we put that in, small end goes front. And then one last pin. Well, you know what? We're going to grab that flat spring, and then we'll get this disconnector and the sear. And those should just drop right out. There we are. Now the only thing that's left in here is the trigger and the trigger bow. Yeah, we're not doing that. That could just vacation right there. I'm not taking the magazine release out either. But there it is, a 1911 in all of her glory. And she's bad. She's ugly. So I'm going to stop the video here, and we're going to, my God, I'll put this in the ultrasonic cleaner, let it clean up, and I'll bring you guys back when she comes out for reassembly. See you then. Slide and slide parts are out of the ultrasonic cleaner, and boy did they clean up nice. No more schmutz on any of this stuff, and I'm very happy with it. Very, very happy with it. So let's put this back together. First thing I want to do is I put a drop of oil on that rib of the extractor. Probably not necessary, but I was taught to do it this way, so this is the way I do it. I'm sure the Navy had us do it for a reason. Never asked why, you just said, okay, and you did it that way. So this drops in right like that. And now it's, yeah, I don't know. You see how that's cocked in there a little bit? They can be cocked a little bit. It's got to be straight. So straight. Now set that down. Again, a little bit of oil on the firing pin. Goes into the spring, and then you take and you run the spring back and forth. This spring actually locks onto the firing pin. I like that. That way, when you take it apart, it doesn't go boing, and then it's, you know, the spring goes that way and the firing pin goes that way and your brains go that way because you're son of a bitch. Anyway, the retainer goes up in like so. We're going to push down the firing pin. Got to push down the firing pin. Grab our Q-tip again. Push down the firing pin button. See, it's hanging up on that extractor, isn't it? Sure is. Told you it had to be straight. It's not. There we go. Ta-da! It's in. It's that easy. It really is that easy. None of these parts are rocket science. There's a reason that I enjoy 1911s. Oh, before I do that, here I'm going to pause you guys a minute and reposition you. Hang on. Got you guys repositioned over the vise. I'm going to put the barrel in the vise. Not hard. We're going to run a brand new brush down it. Oh, let's lock the vise down. Now, I put an eyeball on this through this barrel, and believe it or not, it was just as ugly as the rest of the gun. Who would have thunk it, right? I can't believe you guys are sitting there watching me. Never mind. So then we'll take a jag, put it on. Stay with me. Grabbing patches. We'll run a patch down it. Yeah. Take a look at that, will you? Pretty gicky. So, Shooter's Lube to the rescue. Now, they don't support me. They don't. I'm not sponsored by Shooter's Lube. I'm not sponsored by anybody because I don't make any money on YouTube, and I'm okay with that. But that patch is gicky, so we're going to take the jag back out. Going to put the brush back in. The Shooter's Lube should help free up even more schmutz. That barrel should be, oh, makes me wonder how I became a father, right? Anyway, this barrel should be shiny when I'm done with it. Funny thing, I did not see much lead buildup in there. And I find that interesting. I didn't see any copper either. So that tells me that they may not have shot it much, but they sure as hell didn't clean it when they were done. Which, you know, I don't know. Let's, there we go, that's better. Still getting crap out of there. That's looking better. That's looking better. Take the jag out, run the brush. Now, if I've got a pistol barrel that I can remove, I'm going to remove it and I'll run a brush down it from the receiver end. I try not to run anything from the crown end of the gun. I really do. It's not good for it. I know it's made out of brass. I know it's softer than the steel, or at least it's supposed to be. But I don't know, folks. It's just a rule of thumb with me that we don't try to fuck up the crown on a barrel. Okay, I think all I'm getting out of there now is shooter's lube. Let's look. Here, let me get my light. Looks pretty fucking clean, right? I'm happy with it. Alright, gonna pause you again. Bring it back over to the bench. Hang on. Sent you for a bounce. Sorry. Very sorry. Alright, so now, barrel's clean. Firing pin and extractor are in. Let's get this barrel in. And get the slide back together. Hold on before I do anything though, because I believe that was water. After these come out of the ultrasonic cleaner, I rinse them to get any residue and any cleaner off, and then I hit them with compressed air to get it dry. Get it. That way we don't get rust. And I'll put a dab of oil on there to not necessarily to lubricate, but to do some rust prevention. There we go. That's a lot more oil than I need. Just needs to oil the pivot. That's it. That's all it's got to do. Way too much. Alright, so we'll put that in. Lock her in. And then we'll slide in the recoil spring. Are you shitting me? That doesn't go in from that end? It doesn't go in from that end. This is a quirky 1911, man. I tell you what, I shit you not. This thing is quirky. It's strange. But as of right now, that is assembled until she goes back on the gun. So we're going to set that aside, keep all these parts together, and then when the frame comes out, we'll clean it up, put it all back together. bring it back. So everything's out of the ultrasonic cleaner. It's rinsed off. I blew it dry with the air compressor. And I started putting this thing back together, and that's when I realized I hadn't turned on the camera. My bad. All I've done is I've put this retaining spring back in, and I put the sear and the disconnector in. Let's go from there. Next is the flat spring, the three-legged flat spring. That's in like that. Then the hammer and the strut. That's in there. Bring that up. You gotta watch this flat spring because it keeps trying to go cockeyed on me. Next is the grip safety. You know, we're gonna put a little bit of oil on that. Both sides. A little bit of slippery. Doesn't hurt anything. Not on these guns. Okay. There we go. Safety goes in. Safety, oh wait. There we go. Come on. There we go. Now we gotta take a little tweaker screwdriver, push that spring up so that we can get the safety in. Come on. There we go. My bad, I didn't have that lined right. Ta-da! Bring that down, push in our grip safety, pull the trigger, hammer goes up. There we go. Okay. Now, got to hold the grip safety in because the spring, when I, watch this spring, when I release the grip safety. See that? See how it does that? It's just, I don't know. I don't know if it's trying to try my patience or what. But it is. Now we tip this back. The hammer strut wants to hug the spring, so I got to tip this back, and you guys aren't going to be able to see it. But by tipping that back, it falls forward into the slot in the grip safety, and that's going to allow me to push that up and get it captured. And of course, the hammer is going to fall just to piss me off. Grip safety in, hammer strut back, hammer all the way forward. Did I catch it? No. No, I didn't. There we go. Now see, the hammer strut fell into the divot for the hammer spring. And lastly, we're going to put backstrap pin in. Give it a little bit of this. She's in the hole. There it is. Reassembled. Nice. All right, so now we're going to take a clean rag. We're going to wipe this down. Now there are people that'll tell you that you wipe oil on this, and that's entirely up to you. If you want to, go ahead. I just usually just wipe it down to get, you know, the majority of excess oil and fingerprints off of it. And these soft paper towels, they're not going to scratch the finish any. Okay, now bring the hammer back. And we bring the slide back. Remember the slide? This thing that's been quietly sitting over here by itself. Okay. Now, put a drop of oil on each one of the rails. And we put a drop up here. You do not run a 1911 dry. You don't do it. The gun will last a lifetime if you take care of it. Now, your spring bushing sits right here. Bring that link forward. You slide the gun in carefully. Flip it up, and my link moved. Of course my link moved. That link should line up with that hole. Take the slide release. It goes in there. Capture the link. Keep that up off of the frame. Like that. Bring this back here to where that notch lines up with the hole. And my head just bumped the camera. That's in. Click your safety on, put the gun on her ass. Now, slide bushing goes, barrel bushing, slide bushing, the bushing goes in. There's a notch. There's a bump right there that goes in. Wow, that's tight. I don't like that at all. Not my gun. Not my gun. She goes home like that. You know what? Man, that's tight. Anybody knows what the deal is with that, you put it in the comments, because this is crazy. I've never seen a barrel bushing that fucking tight before. all that tells me is that's going to be one hell of a wear point. Holy shit. Wow. I hate it. All that's going to do is scratch. This thing's nothing but a struggle, man. Lock that in. Done. With the exception of the grips. Wowzers. That's crazy. Oh, and in case you didn't know, you see this? Don't ever drop the slide on a 1911 on an empty magazine or something, or without anything on it. Don't do that. That is how you fuck them up. The little bit of resistance that that gun picks up when it strips a round off of the magazine is enough to slow it down so that you don't damage the gun. Don't do that. Tight. You're not bear hugging these either. You're not cranking them. Here we go. She's assembled. I'll wipe it down with an oilcloth and put her away. Thanks for watching. Thanks for staying with me. You guys take care. Be safe. Talk to you later.